Coming up on UT 10 News in HD, Songfest took over Savage Arena.
And a nationally known reporter visited UT.
Plus, Amara Smith has highlights from softball as the Rockets took on the Akron Zips. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mackenzie Keyline.
And I'm Stephanie Spencer. UT's Songfest is not just another one-hit wonder.
Reporter Heather Klatt goes behind the scenes of the 76-year-old tradition.
Developing traditions are always something that takes a little bit of work, and making it into such a grand event takes just as much effort.
Planning starts a year in advance. The individuals emceeing the production will be elected, and then from that point, for the next year until Songfest, they spend that time planning.
Preparation continues until the lights come up on the first Saturday in April. Performers gather in isolation at 10 a.m. where they get ready and add the final touches to their performances before taking the stage at Savage Arena.
I just think it's so funny how we worked for months since January to put this together for a 4-minute performance.
The 20 participating organizations competed against each other for a crowd of over 3,000 people and 6 judges from the UT community. They were scored on choreography, vocals, and overall stage presence. The men of Pi Kappa Phi, the ladies of Chi Omega, and the Catholic Student Association combined with the University YMCA had the wow factor needed to become Songfest champions in their respective divisions. I'm Heather Klatt for UT 10 News.
A new student government president and vice president have been announced after weeks of campaigning. Emily Cramp and Lauren Jensen were announced as the winners on Thursday after 4 days of voting. The new administration plans to form focus groups to discuss student issues on campus and make SG more accessible to students. A nationally recognized political commentator spoke at the university. Reporter Kiera Harris caught up with the Washington Post columnist.
The Shapiro Lecture series welcomed E.J. Dion Jr. to campus on Thursday. Dion engaged the audience with career stories and discussed his book, Our Divided Political Heart. In his book, Dion touches on America's struggle between individualism and unity.
We have it in us to come out of this strong. And I think the only thing that'll keep us from doing that is if we make our lives more rather than less difficult through the political system.
The dean of the Language, Literature, and Social Sciences College expressed why EJ was chosen.
Mr. Dion's work touches people in all areas of the community. We thought if we could just get him.
With multiple themes throughout the lecture, one stood out.
Wherever our flag is flown, we take care of our own was definitely the takeaway from the lecture. For UT 10 News, I'm Kiera Harris.
The Eberly Center is helping women dress for success. A luncheon was held on Friday to inform people about the new program. Named after Catherine Eberly, Kate's Closet accepts women's blouses, suits, and dresses for job interviews and internships. Women involved in at least one Eberly Center program will have access to the clothing. Donations will be accepted at the Eberly Center starting on May 1st. If you would like to donate gently used business attire, contact Emily Hardcastle at 419-530-7232. The UT Scuba Diving Club made a splash on Monday in the Student Union. After 7 days, Dive UT broke the Guinness Book World Record for the longest group dive in a confined area. 26 certified divers rotated every 2 hours. Some watched TV while others slept. The club broke the previous record of 6 days and 21 hours.
We wanted to get more recognition for our club, as well as more recognition for the event, for the sport of scuba.
It was sink or be sunk as students battled it out to raise money for the Rec Center's leadership team. Battleship is a new game spreading to universities all across the country and has now come to UT. Teams got into canoes on Friday armed with buckets and a shield in hopes to sink their competitors. Battleship is one of many fundraisers held by the Rec Center throughout the year.
We just thought it'd be a different activity, different sports, instead of, the usual football, baseball.
Miller adds they hope to improve marketing for the event next year to get more students involved. UT has lost a coaching legend.
Reporter Marla McMichael shows the impact Bob Nichols had during his 22 years of coaching at the university.
UT's legendary basketball coach Bob Nichols passed away on Saturday, March 30th at age 82 after collapsing while walking in Wildwood Preservative Metro Park. Coach Nichols led the Rockets to 3 NCAA tournament appearances, 5 MAC titles, beating 5 Big Ten programs, including the 1979 win over Iowa, advancing Toledo to the Sweet 16. Coach Nichols coached at the University of Toledo from 1965 until he was released in 1987, earning him 20 winning seasons of his 22 years here, giving him a total of 376 wins, making him the winningest coach in MAC history. Jay Lehman, former player of the UT Rockets in 1979, tells us more about his former coach.
I really have grown to know him as a man, and the best thing he said to me, he sent me a letter, and as he did many of us, with newspaper articles in it, and at the end he said, "Thanks for being a good friend."
In 2008, Savage Arena, home of the Rockets basketball court floor, was named in honor of Bob Nichols. I'm Marlon McMichael for UT10 News.
Not many people on campus know we have a men's lacrosse team. We're going to pitch it to Joe Mailing at Fetterman for more.
Despite record low membership, the UT Men's Lacrosse Club has thrived in the 2013 season.
We've won 2 games against, pretty tough odds. Teams, once again, with 32 guys. You get tired just going through the handshake line at the end of the game.
Down to 16 players from the usual 30, the Rockets find themselves outmanned at the start of every game. But heading into the final half of their season, they find themselves on a 2-game win streak with wins over Northwood University and MAC foe Miami. The Rockets have 3 games left on the schedule against MAC opponents, and Coach Tony Hujic is proud of his 16 Rockets.
We're lucky to have 16 guys, but I'd rather play with these 16 guys than have 30 guys.
Next up, Toledo travels to Athens on Sunday for a matchup with the Bobcats.
Here at the Fetterman Center, I'm Joe Mailing for UT10 News.
I'm Amara Smith, and this is your UT10 Sports. It's springtime, and that means softball season is underway. The Rockets hosted Akron in a 2-game series this weekend. Let's head to the Diamond for Saturday's game. The Zips came out swinging with this hit from freshman Aaron Pond. Going, caught by the Rockets' Kristen Rosnowski. But Akron still advances on play with Taryn Allman sliding into third. The Zips' Alyssa Berkheimer hits this one off freshman pitcher Mara Gooding, and shortstop Alyssa Turkovich dives for the double play to end the 5th. The Zips' Mackenzie Rhodes sends this one far, but not far enough for the Rockets' Rosnowski, making this her 2nd catch for the day. However, the damage was already done as the Rockets fall to the Zips 15-5. After a tough loss on Saturday to the Zips, the Rockets were looking to break even in the series with a win on Sunday. After 4 scoreless innings, Rockets come to the bottom of the 7th with momentum. Morgan Smith sends this one out past center field for the home run, also bringing in Aaron Wright to tie up the game at 2. And into the 8th, the Zips' Alyssa Berkheimer is no threat with this hit as Courtney McCarthy makes this pass to second and Turkovich snaps the ball to first for the double play. In this one, Lindsay Tobias comes up to bat with the bases loaded as she sends this one out of the ballpark for the grand slam. The Rockets will win this one in the extra inning with a final score of 6-2. Coach Tara Beister says this win sets the tone for the season.
We're sitting a lot better than we were before, so it's good for the team. A win like this definitely is a confidence booster.
I think we as a team know that we're the comeback kids. We know we can come back, in the bottom of the 7th like we did.
And I also want to add that the basketball coach for the women's, Trisha Cullup, she signed a contract extension to 2021.
Wow, that's great. Thanks, Amaris. That's it for UT10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus and bios from all UT10 reporters, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And you can always watch our award-winning newscast on YouTube and Facebook, where you can get caught up on all of your campus news whenever you want. For Stephanie Spencer, Amaris Smith, and all of our crew, I'm Mackenzie Keyline. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.